G'day folks, welcome to a little bit of Saturday fun. I was going to play games today, but I don't know, I've got better things to do. The weather is fantastic at the moment, so yeah, I've got to fix that car tyre when I get back, but first I'm going to go visit the local scrappy and see what he's got lying around. Yeah, so Ford's going really well. No breakdowns, no issues. That's the first time I've actually had a puncture on the thing, considering I've been driving into the scrapyard a bit. Generally like to park out the front, but sometimes you've got to drive in there to dump the trailer loads of junk, and it's real easy to pick up nails and screws. In this case it's just a screw in the middle of the tread, so it's an easy fix with a wick plug type thing. Yeah, so it should be easy enough to do when I get back. But yeah, overall this car's been absolutely fine. It's a great car. I recommend it to anyone. And for now, we've got some music. We've got Sabaton's Atero Dominatus album. Well, out here in the pile of dead everything again, and the old joy compressor's looking a bit sad now. It's been knocked clean apart. That's one of the turbine housings. There's the other one, upside down. It's the bed plate. What a mess. And let my mate lose his socket. That's heavy. That's solid steel. That's all solid. You wouldn't want to drop it on your foot. Motor's still there. A minibus. An old Toyota Coaster. Yep. There's a pile of dead everything today. There's crap everywhere. Like someone's been cutting up Copeland scroll compressors too. Yeah, that was a big one. What a mess. And that's an output shaft. That's the output shaft. The key. Yeah, it'd be fun to say, take a light truck wheel like that, mount it on this and just spin it up to 3800 revs and see if it flies apart. Oh, I could have some fun with this if I had power. Could have a lot of fun. There's a bit of a mess in there. The old cabin lights. What's it got in it? Diesel? I'd say it'd have to be diesel. Not sure. Still got decent tyres, although they're pretty old. Wouldn't trust it all. Pretty old. Try and get these logos off. Yeah, I'd say it'd be diesel. Shame. A bit too much work trying to get that engine out. Otherwise I would. Yeah, the claw's been at it already. Yeah, I think Brad wanted a door like this, but this is a bit small and very stuck. Oh, it's a camper. Yeah, it's been fitted out for caravan use. Not no more, it's not. Well, there's the heat exchangers out of the Joy compressor. Alley brass core, so it's only $1 a kilo. but very heavy. They're half a ton each. And that's water throughput, and that's air throughput. Pretty good. There's another motor stripped down. That's all solid copper. It's a cage induction type. These bars run all the way through and create like a fixed squirrel cage. And there's another ring welded to the other end, so it's just a slotted cage. And that's the stator. Look at that. Decent. Cut them all off there. Get it really hot and then yank the rest out. It's got to be stood on end, and you build a wood fire inside it, let it burn for about 4 hours, and then you attach cables to these ends here and pull them, draw them out of the windings. Same with this one. Try and get it out of its main housing. Looks like it's pressed in, and cut the ends and draw them out. Not too hard. Various air cons that have been recovered. Yeah, you just use the excavator to rip the coils out once the gas has been recovered. There's a lot of them. Car parts. Diff centre. It's a very big diff centre. Yeah, various recovered units. It's a pile of dead air conditioner and everything. Oh, well, that was a fun little outing. Had a bit of a look around. There wasn't an awful lot in the main shed because it all goes on Fridays. So nothing really to report there. Pile of old truck mags, like 19-20 inch truck wheels. So I pillaged the longer right angle valve stems off them. They're steel bolt-in, stainless steel screw-in type. So they're handy for my hydrostatic pop tests. Got a handful of brass fittings and nipples and things like that. So yeah, it's all pretty good. Not bad for $4. It's $4 a kilo, so I had a kilo of small brass, and that was about it. There's some rolls of new underground single phase cable, like heavily insulated orange stuff. So I'm going to grab a roll of that on Monday. They're just going to work out. They've got one guy who pays pretty good price for it, but if he doesn't want it, then I'll get second pick on the spools. The spools of numbered control cable about that thick, numbered core, but that's completely useless to me. So yeah, it's good. Now to pick through 141 new messages in my email. You'll love that. You put a couple of videos up, go to bed, get up the next day, and you got 150 messages to search through every day. It's the fun of YouTube. But I can't bring myself to disable comment emails, because otherwise I wouldn't see half of them. Even if I go to the comments thing under my profile, I only see like 25% of what's actually been posted. It's quite unreliable. So, onward. Then outside, it's so nice and warm out there. As you can see, the plasma TV took a bit of a beating last night. I had a bit of fun off camera with the compressed air nozzle and some of its own cabinet screws. It makes for a nice little target. And that front glass is incredibly tough. The first initial breaks were from steel dowel pins, but those were high velocity pellet impacts, lead pellets, like just clippings of round lead rod, and just swage it down into the right size. But yeah, that was a dowel pin hit, well, obviously started tumbling because it's an open barrel, but the panel itself copped a few direct hits and concentrated shots. Not bad. But compressed air certainly does lack punch when you compare it to, say, a 22 rimfire or even a proper break-open type air rifle. But unfortunately we can't own them in Australia without a licence, so I'll have to settle with the old air duster. Faithful old air duster with a piece of tubing on the end of it. It's a lot of fun, and as long as you don't do anything stupid, the cops don't really care about it. I did ask a couple of local coppers a while ago, and they said as long as you don't do anything stupid, like shoot it in the open, like out in your backyard, or use it to shoot against anybody else's property or themselves, you're pretty much right. Like, They'd have to be doing something stupid to get reported, and then they'd have to do something. But I mean, cops don't just normally knock on your door just for no reason, so they'd have to be reported. But yeah, they generally don't give a shit. It's only if you've got a unregistered firearm or like a 22 rimfire or something like that that you really get in a bit of trouble. But yes, that was fun. I'm glad to see this TV go. I spent way too many hours trying to fix it. It was interesting though. Oh yeah, YouTuber HDXFH, aka Larry, just suggested trying to pull a vacuum on it and power it up again. Like, I've taken a Dremel with a diamond bit and ground the end off the stem, which is inside there, and I've got a vacuum line connected up to it, but unfortunately there ain't nothing left. There's supposed to be an inert gas or some kind of dielectric gas between the two glass pieces. Like, it's inert. It's not harmful gas, but it's like argon and xenon and other sort of things like that. A little bit of mercury vapor as well, because it is a cold cathode fluorescent lamp assembly. That's essentially all it is. It's a fractional amount of mercury, like really nothing to be worried about. But yeah, once that depletes and it reaches normal atmosphere, that's the end of it. And you can see up there, that's where it originally broke. Just that fracture in the top corner where it started burning. So yeah, it's done for. Mind you, me shooting it with the air gun doesn't help either. But still, I would have expected more activity because I've only cracked the front glass. Although the front glass still has electrical traces on it as well, and that's probably part of the problem, because there's a crack going through the panel itself from top to bottom diagonally. So technically there's nothing that can be done about it. High voltage isn't enough to break the gap, so I'll put it outside and we'll keep it around for a while, use it as a shooting target. Maybe a little car could run it over or something like that. Got the I use this vacuum pump here. It's nice and easy just to plug in and go. It's noisy though. But it's a good pump. Did the job. Should do some more vacuum tests and things. It's all things to play with later on, I think.